Alright, so for the first day, we got together and we brainstormed right after the reveal event. And then kind of went around the room and just asked people what ideas they had. We went on the expo board and drew up designs and drew up ideas. I guess one of the first things that we did was kind of like a priority list and what we wanted to do and what we didn't want to do. And as our priorities go, we decided to first say that we wanted a U chassis, an open front-ended chassis in order to intake balls for the power cells. Then the next important thing would of course be the intake system in order to, well, intake the balls or power cells, whatever you prefer. The next priority was some way to index the balls to the, hopefully we'll have a shooter. So indexing the balls, the way we're going to do it, ideally be using surgical tubing and some type of, I guess you could call it a pulley system. I don't know if that's the proper terms. Also included in the intake will be with the Mark flex wheels and also more surgical tubing. Finally, our shooter, we're aiming for the outer port, but if we do hit the inner port of the higher goal, then we'll be happy with that. We're hoping to just use kind of like a pitching machine style shooting mechanism in order to get the balls up there. The flyball idea had been kind of, or a roller mechanism had been thrown around, but I think ultimately, we're sticking with a pitching machine style. We have a lot of parts, and a lot of parts don't fit together. I think we had a quote earlier that somebody says, we have gears that don't fit on shafts, we have shafts that don't fit on wheels, we have sprockets that fit the shafts but don't fit the gearboxes, we have motors that fit the gearboxes but not the shafts. So we just have a whole mess of parts that aren't really fitting together too well. So we're doing our best to overcome that. But overall, I think we're making a lot of progress. I think we're getting through a lot of the obstacles, and hopefully tomorrow goes better, and I think we're going to be all right.
So our day one goals were to have a complete drivetrain and chassis minus the electronics, and to have a good idea about what our end effectors will be and what we want to accomplish. So we decided to modify our chassis for the first time in 3 years to allow for a ground intake of the game pieces. Because of that, it took a little bit longer. We had to cut some more shafts and things like that, so that took longer than we expected. But we did end up completing that, and we talked about what our end effectors will be. We'll be going for the shooting the ball into the high goal, again from a ground intake of the balls, and we're also going to have a device that will hopefully spin the Lazy Susan color wheel to complete that goal. And right now climbing is kind of on our back burner, but we're still thinking about it.